Good morning, Flosstube, or I should say mid-afternoon. It is 10:32 a.m. Central Time on Wednesday. What is today's date? July 29th. Another month is almost gone. Yay. I'm getting a late start again this week. Sorry about that. Well, you'll be seeing this at 2 p.m. so Wednesday, so get my camera situated. Alright. It's a mess. My room's a mess. Sorry about that. So anyway, if you're new here, welcome. I am Cat Griffin, and this is Stitching with the Griffin number 93. I'm sorry, I've got a whole ton of stuff up here. I am dropping things. I found this, and I don't know. Don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. I don't know what I did with my notebook. I had my notes in it. Alright, we're flying by the seat of our pants again today. Woohoo! Anyway, if you're new here, welcome. As I said, I am Cat Griffin. This is Stitching with the Griffin. I think it's number 93. We're almost to 100 videos. That's cool. We are sitting at 130 subscribers. Yay! If you're a returning subscriber or a returning viewer, because I know there are a lot of viewers out there who have not subscribed, either way, welcome back. And thank you, everyone, for being here. I say this all the time, and I'll say it again. I am very, very happy and grateful that you are here sitting with me for a little while today. I know your day is busy. Lots of things to do. Even I have lots of things to do, and I'm getting a late start. But let's just get into the stitching, because that's what you're here for. First of all, let me explain to the new people, please. I have two main focuses that I work on, and I swap out weeks with them. And then I have a decision wheel that I use to choose a side piece, and then I also have a secret stitch that I'm working on for someone who actually watches the channel. So can't show that to you, but I did work on it. It's getting closer to done, or at least the front part is. There's a front and a back. The front part is getting done. But let's see. This week's side piece is, get the bag open. Where's the picture? Fold it inside out. Hold it back. This was a gift. See that? That is Hogwarts, the school, in a snow globe. I believe that there are 6 or 7 others of these, which I will eventually be getting myself. Yes, they are from either Temu or AliExpress. Don't know, don't care. As I said, this was given to me as a gift. When you saw it last, I barely started. I had to restart this, but I was barely up here, just over here, and I'm working on this side of I'm working on this side of the snow globe. This thing is separated into like 4 sections for the globe and then 1 section for the bottom, I think, something like that. I haven't really looked at the other charts. I've just been looking at what I've been working on. And then here we go. Yeah, this is very incongruous for the piece that I'm working on, but get something white put back here. There we go. This piece uses a lot of blending filament, blending blended threads to get the details. And then there is some back stitching, but not a lot. So I think I did quite a bit because I was only just like barely up here. I had done like right there up, maybe a little bit more, but I got all of this done. Yeah. It's all filled in until right there. So I have a lot more to go. That's that piece. And so I don't know how many stitches I put into it. I did use the kit floss 2/1 full cross for everything except for the edges, which was a half stitch, 2/1 half. Yeah, so it came out lovely. Put that over there for now. And see, 2/1 full cross. It is the Hogwarts castle. I call it Snow Globe because I don't know its exact title. The paper doesn't have an exact title on it. I wish those folks would, get a title on them that's proper, but whatever. Anyway, that's that one. So now we're going to pull up the decision wheel. I'll lower the light. Really? I think that's good enough. So pull up the decision wheel. Turn the sound off because I think it's annoying. On my decision wheel, I have 6 projects. It used to be more. Let's see what we choose this time. It's the snow globe again. I don't know if you can see that. Yes. It's the snow globe again. So, we'll be doing more work on that this week, which is fine. I enjoy it. If I can get that whole side done, or at least the whole section that I'm working on done, because like I said, there is some blending in there. There's confetti in there, so it slows me down some. I am stitching in hand on that as well. So no hoops, no nergs, no what are they called? Snaps, Q-snaps, no frames, nothing like that. So there's that. Okay, so for the main event, the big one of the two focus point, focus, please. I have a fan right there, sorry. Make sure it's, yeah. Oh, this is Map of Middle Earth by Ankicoleman Designs. I am down here on page 1, so I'm in this area right in here. I did not get the row done that I was working on, but it's a lot further along than it was. Pardon me. It is further along than it was. This one is confetti heavy, so it does take me a little longer to do than some of the other projects that I have worked on. It just is. I like the way it looks. I just don't like doing, I can't say I don't like it because I don't mind doing confetti, otherwise I wouldn't be doing full coverage. Full coverage has confetti in it. I have not met a full coverage piece yet that does not. If anybody knows of one, let me know. So there it is. I think I had done, or I had finished this block the last time you saw it, this first block, and I got 2 more blocks done. This is a 1.25 blocks here. Oops, doesn't want to stay up. Yeah, that's a block and then a little bit of a block right here. But you can already see the detail on the what is it? Coastline. That's the word. So you can see the coastline here, and the shallows, and then the little island, whatever that is right there, sandbar right there. See the mountains or the hills. I think those are supposed to be mountains. See the mountains in here. Now I don't know if the wording is going to show up on the map. It has the names of the areas, but I do not know if the letters will show up. The letters should be in this next section. There should be a name in here, I think. Let me look. Yes. So there's a name right there. It's right below where I'm working now. So the next row should show the name, which is Linden, I think is what it is. It's very small, even on the map. Now, I'm hoping that it shows up. I am doing this 2/1 full cross and using the call for colors, working it on Natural Aida. I still don't remember if it's 18 or 16, and at this point I don't really care. It is Natural Aida, and I'm about out of several flosses, so I'm going to have to get some more. I'm trying to roll this up again. Uh-oh, what happened to the needle? I think I just lost the needle. No, okay. This needle minder, which my lovely friend gave me, she's a subscriber, she sent this to me. Isn't it cute? And the needle gets lost in the lines of the yarn in here, so I have to be careful with it. Okay, so that is the map of Middle Earth, 2/1 full cross, as I said, using the call for colors. That is page 1 of it. And I hope to get page 1 done by this year, by the end of the year. It is very slow going because of all that confetti. But it is what it is. Now, I messed up the cover there. Apparently I got some stuff on it that I did not realize I got on it. I will be passing this on, and I apologize ahead of time to whoever gets it for the messy cover. It does not detract from the overall, but there is some mess there. This is the Magica book, for those of you who are new. It's by Charting Creations Designs. I believe the artist is Northup. The other one does not have an artist listed. So I am over here on page 5. Right there. And this one I will be working on this week. So let me show you where I'm at. So when you see me next time, you can see how much progress I've done. Hopefully I will have done a lot. This is a confetti heavy area, more so than any other area except the moss that I have done so far with this piece. I'm sure there are going to be other confetti filled areas too, besides this one. So if I get this up here, oops, go over, go over, go over, go over. I know I can't see. Get this. There. Let's see if I can turn it around now. Alright. So there you go. Aha. This is the beginning of the page. Or not the beginning of the page, beginning of the area. I'm doing 10 by 20 blocks this time, and as you can see see there's lots of detail and lots of different colors in there. So my goal is to get to the end, if I can. And then I think this is like the other one, it's 8 rows down, 8 blocks down. That's page 5. 2/1 full cross using the called for colors. This is also Natural Aida, and I don't remember if it's 16 or 18. They are opposite each other. Or not opposite each other. One's a 16, one's an 18. And I don't remember which, and I don't care. But yeah. So those are all of my projects that I have been working on. When I finish the pages for this year, if I get them done before the end of the year, and there's a good possibility I will stop working on them and just work on my side pieces, depending on how much time I have left. Usually in December, I start wrapping up my projects for the year, getting what I can done, and that's not just my cross stitching, that's also my crocheting. If I have any outstanding long-term projects, I will try to finish them. That way I have some time to rest, time to enjoy Flossmas, because I really enjoy Flossmas. I am not doing it this year. It's not that I don't want to. I don't have the confidence, to be honest. I don't have the confidence to do it. I don't have the resources to do it. And yeah, I'm just going to wait another year. We'll see if 2027 will be the year for me to do Flossmas. As I don't see myself doing it this year. I do enjoy other people's Flossmas. If you are making a list of who you want to watch this year, because now's the time to start figuring out who you're going to watch, because a lot of people have been doing it. But I predominantly watch Mad Morty and the Brom. I've been watching them since their first Flossmas. I've been watching them for quite a few years. Didn't even realize I'd been watching them for so long. But yes, they do fabulous Flossmases. But yes, I watched them, and then last year I also watched 2 other people whose names I can't remember right now. 2 or 3? 3 other people besides her, besides Morty and Brom. And I will probably watch one of them again. Not sure. I like to try to change up my viewing. I will be watching Morty and the Brom again this year. I am not. That's become a tradition for me. But anyway, so we'll be doing the snow globe again. Doing that. Okay. This ends the stitching portion of your program. If you would like to listen to me waffle on a little bit, I'm going to do 3 book reviews. Do not have any shout outs this week, but I do have 3 books I have started reading again. But if you are not interested in that, if you were only interested in my stitching part, then this is the end, and I will see you all next week, and thank you so much for showing up. If you want to, you can do all of the things, the like, subscribe, the ring the bell, leave a comment, all that good stuff. If you do ring the bell, please make sure that the bell is black so that you do not miss any of the notifications. If you leave it white, it may notify you every so often, whereas black, it personalizes it and it sends it to you as soon as I drop a video or something else. So, that being said, let's move on. I have started reading again. Yes, I took a break from it. mainly because my computer was down and I was having issues, but I have discovered quite happily that I can read my Amazon book on Kindle without the app. The app is huge. But anyway, so I can just go to the website and read on the website using my tablet, so I'm a happy camper. I have read 3 books, so let me pull that up and I will tell you, fix the brightness now, I will tell you which ones they are. There it is. Pardon me, it's a little bit quiet. Hopefully you can't hear the fan. Alright, hold on a second. Copy. Alright. Here we go. There's that. One of these books I did not finish. It happens. I do not know why I did that. Really? Oh my gosh. This thing is going to annoy me now. Alright, let's see what I've got. Please talk amongst yourselves while I do this. Apparently Amazon wants to be slow. Trying to show me different things that I don't need. Alright, so the one that I did not finish was the legendary loot shop of Solstice. A cozy something or other. Okay. It is by Max Vale. And it's not going to show me the I can see the picture, but it's in the list. Anyway, this is one of those lit RPG lit RPG style books. Basically, it is a fantasy story that has gaming elements in it. They level up. They have to unlock. In this particular one, he has to level up to unlock loot boxes and develop a store and everything else, which is fine. Now the boy, it's a young man, he loses his grandfather I believe it is, loses a family member, inherits a shop that he has to, on his own free will, decide he's going to have, and he's going to decide his class, and he decides he's going to be a shopkeeper shopkeeper, merchant class. And so then he's got to do these things to level up. He has these quests that he has to go on so he can level up. And he's always saying, I don't want to be an adventurer, I don't want to be an adventurer, but yet he does things that would be considered an adventure. And then there's a mystery who's flooding the market with poor quality healing potions and stuff like that. Anyway, it just was not something that I enjoyed reading. I got, actually I don't think I didn't finish 2 of them. Now that I think about it. Yeah, I didn't finish 2 of them. Anyway, it just didn't grab me. I tried. I read several chapters, at least 4 or 5, and it just didn't do it for me. I mean, the writing is really well done. It's just the overall subject matter, I guess, just wasn't doing it for me. Full Moon, Full Inbox by Paula Lester. This one was a town within a town. Supernaturals, paranormals living in the same town as humans, and this particular, our main character, is a fairy with no magic. Okay, but so she has no magic, so to, I guess, get along in life, she tries to help. She's a consultant for the supernatural community to help them learn how to get along with humans and also to interact with the humans. We have a dragon, case in point, who wants to build a basement with a moat. I don't know why you need a basement with a moat, but he is insistent on this moat. And she has been drafting proposals and requests to the human city planning department in order to get this basement built for the dragon. And keeps getting rejected and rejected and rejected and rejected. You can't come out and say that he is building a hoard, and that the moat is to protect the hoard. Nothing like that. But anyway, and it was another one of those books that just didn't reach out and grab me very well. Again, well written. I say well written, but there were parts that felt kind of clunky to me, and that's just me. It's just my personal opinion. I will tell that to all of y'all. Check them out if you think they might be something you'd want to read, but to me it was a little clunky, and it just, again, the subject matter just didn't really pull me in and make me want to read the whole entire thing. So I didn't read the whole entire thing. Then there is Hearthright, Book 1 of the Thorn Hollow Way Station by R.D. Kennedy. This one is another lit RPG, and our main character is a male. He wakes up and finds himself in this rundown, I mean really, really rundown building. And I mean, it's just basically one room building. But it's in bad shape. Really, really bad shape, like falling down bad shape. And this is a lit RPG. He wakes up, and then he is given the option of 3 classes. One of them, which ends up being the Hearthright. He chooses the Hearthright. In his past life, or his other life, when he was on Earth or wherever, he was a carpenter, construction, so he knew how to build things. So Hearthright makes sense. He starts trying to put the building back together as best. Oh no, there's 2 rooms because there's an upstairs. I forgot about that. There's an upstairs. Luckily, the upstairs, there is an upstairs because the roof is just about gone. So the story grabs me because he is facing realistic challenges, and some of these lit RPGs are not as realistic. But he has to figure out, okay, where am I going to get the wood from? Where am I going to get the mashes from? Where am I going to get food from? What am I going to do with, oh, there's also a basement, I forgot. So there's 3 rooms. Anyway, so he's having to figure out how to do this. And he meets a lady who is like a road, I don't know exactly what her class is, it never says, but she basically helps travelers out, and she's helping him out, giving him some really good advice on what to do and how to figure out stuff without actually telling him. He's got to figure things out for himself. So apparently this way station, as it is, it's not an inn, it is a way station. It's somewhere for people to stop, get a drink, warm up, maybe feed their animals, and then go on their way. But that's it. And there is a bureaucracy, of course, of the town or county or wherever it is that is wanting to take the way station over. It is necessary, it is needed, but they're very picky about who runs the way station, I guess. I don't know. I mean, the guy ended up not being as mean as everybody said. He was just a bureaucrat. He was a stickler for the rules. If you don't show effort, I am not going to be nice type bureaucrat. So in the end, our Hearthright gets permission, provisionally, to continue running the way station himself. And it's called Thorn Hollow. To run the way station himself. Along the way, he gets 2 guardian animals. One is like a huge bear type thing, and another one is more like a cat thing. However, these are not pets. These are still wild, feral animals. He does not pet them. He does not feed them. At least, yeah, he gives them water. And I think he fed the cat thing, but not the bear thing. One lives, it has the territory in the front of the way station. The other is in the back of the way station, and there's like forest around him and stuff like that. That becomes important when there is a migration that comes through, which is really weird, followed by winter. I forget. But anyway, so he's facing some real challenges. He's having to defend his inn. He's having to take care of people. Now, the main thing is he cannot promise more than the way station is able to provide. So no place to sleep. Well, he has to have a place to sleep for the way station to be a way station. That is one of the criteria that he was given. So what he does is he doesn't have a bed, but he does have a table. So he puts this table almost like in the center of his room, and he marks it off, and then he puts a sign up that says emergencies only, bed must stay dry. And so he won't let people sleep on it if it's not an emergency. He won't let people spend the night. In fact, he tells people, you can come in, you can have something warm to drink, you can have, something to eat. No, water, warm, fire, and then you gotta go. That's it. Even with the children, he had some kids, and he felt bad about it. He really did, but he could not offer more, and he tried to explain that to the children, that they could not stay overnight because it wasn't an emergency. So they couldn't sleep in the bed, on the table. But I mean, there was like 3 kids anyway, so I don't know how that would. Anyway, so, stuff like that. Dilemmas of the moral and ethical kind, which were great. He didn't get rewarded with levels every time he did something. It had to be meaningful for him to level up. And then towards the end, he does level up, and he has to choose a different subclass, I guess. When you go up levels, so are you in games, you would level up, and then you would get a different title. So he's having to choose a different title, but this title, it becomes the next level of his job, or whatever it is. So anyway, that book I read to the end, and I stayed up very late reading it, because I started it late at night, because I thought it would be a quick read. It was so good. So good to me. The characters, well written. I mean, everything was really good. Really, really good. Now, that being said, I read The Wandering Inn. Fey and Fair. Fey and Fair. Book 2, Part 1 of the Wandering Inn series by Pirate ABA. Pirate Deba. That's a gamer's name, gamer's tag, or the name of somebody's character. Anyway, so this particular person, and this is a series, and this book was longer than the others, like quite a bit. And I read it to the end. I did. It is another lit RPG. I read it to the end. The problem I have with it is that there were at least one flashback in there, and it was not well marked. I got confused. And how I knew that there was a problem was, in the chapter before it, the skeleton took himself off somewhere and disappeared for a little while. But he was gone. And yet, in the next chapter, there he is. Okay. When did he come back? And, what's going on? And then in the very next chapter after that, he's gone again. Has been gone, according to the main character. So I got confused. I was like, when you do flashbacks, let them know. Come on. Put a sign up, says flashback here or something. I don't know. 2 days earlier, months earlier. Why this particular flashback was in there, I have no idea. Except maybe as comic relief or something. It was smutty. No, I mean, not really smutty, but kind of smutty. But anyway. So, not sure why that was put in there. There were so many side. It wasn't just the story of the innkeeper this time. It was the innkeeper, it was the goblin, it was the skeleton, it was the runner. So there was like 5 different subplots, well, the main plot, and then 4 different subplots running around. And still not sure what the skeleton subplot's supposed to be about, except him leveling up. But yeah, I'm just... Actually, no, there was more subplots than that. Because there was another big one building up. In a different area of the map that the innkeeper didn't know about. So, it was like a bunch of short stories had gotten squished together into book form, and the 5 subplots were okay, but then you had this over here, and there was only one tie-in, and that was from one of the characters that knew the innkeeper and then went over there, so that tied it in. But I know these people are going to be important, these subplots are important to the, but I'm like, you know, that to me that was just like too much. That's just me. It's just like there's so much going on, and I'm trying to keep track of, and there's little sub things going on around there too. But overall, good book, very good book. It's called Bay and Fair. Bay and Fair. So you have book 1, part 1, which is The Wandering Inn. Book 1, part 2, No Killing Goblins. Then you have book 2, part 1, which is Bay and Fair. I'm interested in seeing the next one on the list, if I know there is one. Yeah. That has been my reading so far in the last couple of weeks. Last week, because I didn't finish 2 of them. Now, what I want to read next is Terry Pratchett's The Color of Magic. I have decided I am going to read his books as much as I can in order. I have seen a bunch of stuff on him, seen, adaptations of his work, and I've decided to go ahead and start reading his series. The first book was actually very good. Can't remember the title of it. The first book was pretty decent, so I'm going to keep reading, keep checking them out, see how they go. But basically that's it. And oh my goodness, I'm at 42 minutes. I am so sorry. Well, no, I'm not. I wanted to share my reading with you. So, in closing, if you're still here after 42 minutes, oh my goodness. The room box is coming along. I am still building walls. Almost done with that. So that's coming along. My diamond arts are coming along. I will show you them next time. There was something else I was wanting to show you today. I forgot what it was. Oh. I have to show you this. Okay. Taz Rowe the Elder. I want to say that's your name. I am sorry if it's not, honey. Hang on. Let me see if it's in my file. She sent me this lovely little piece, a picture of this lovely little, there it is, lovely little piece. She won this in a giveaway. We don't know, I don't know the information surrounding it, but it was a kit as far as, it was a kit, and she used all of the called for floss, she used the fabric, all of that, and I wanted to show it to you all. She does. Wow. Okay. No. Okay. I am so sorry, folks. I'm trying to get the brightness down so you can see this. Alright. It's the, if you can't tell, the stocking spell out joy. Oh, I'm sorry about the glare. I'm trying not to. Let me add a little bit more light. Maybe it'll look better. I'm trying not to put a lot of glare onto this, but I guess that didn't really help. But, so that is what Taz did. If you know any information about this piece, she looked on the packaging and it really didn't say much. It is a little small. It's just a small piece, a little one. But she did beautiful work, and she said it was a quick stitch. It's just a small little thing. I don't know how she's going to finish it, how they're going to finish it, but yes. So, Taz, I showed it. It's beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing. If anyone has anything like that they want to share with me, they give me information. I believe that that's all done 2 over 1 fold cross using everything out of the kit. And then the back stitching. But, you know, if you want to share your work with me and want me to share it with my viewers, I will be more than happy to do that. But it is now coming on 45 minutes, so I will end this, and I will see you all on the flip side. Bye!